everyone, this is Whitehurst and I'm going to be showing you my standard deck. It is a red waste, green mana ramp, Cthulhu monsters. So to start off, we'll start with the lands. 3 mountains. It's all you really need. You search enough basic lands that you'll almost always have all these before the only card you play that uses red will even show up most of the time. 11 forests, because green is just basically mana ramp, nothing much else. And then 2 wastes, just another basic colorless land to search, since a lot of your stuff is going to require colorless. Now for the non-basic lands. Evolving Winds. 4. Use it to search out whatever basic land you need. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Mana ramp for colorless. Always good, especially in this deck. 4 Sanctum of Ugin. Search out your bigger guys whenever you summon a big guy. And now for the artifacts, which are very few in number. 4 Hadron. Just gives you more mana to work with, and if you need to, you can sack it to draw a card. That's it. Now for the instance, Spatial Contortion. 2. It's really good because sometimes you can amp your guy up big enough to either beat over something, which you usually won't have to worry about, or you can neg your opponents to where they just die. Just good. Warping Wall. It has a bunch of different effects. I'm sure a lot of you probably already know what they do, and it's very situational. That's why I only play 2. You'll probably only ever use one of its effects, and that's to exile a target creature with power or toughness of 1. Not too bad, but when there are decks that just bum rush you, you kind of have to. 2 Titan's Presence. Obvious reasons. Now for the sorceries, which all usually retain towards ramping. Rune in Their Wake. Gets you another land on field if you control a waste. It's always good. And it gets you 1 to hand, I think that's this one. No, that's not this one. It just puts it on if you have a waste and goes to hand otherwise. Nisa's Renewal. It's just good whenever you have someone who's trying to beat you down before you can do anything, because you gain 7 life and just escape the grasp of death, and it loads your field up with mana, so you can usually drop your big guys down afterwards. Nisa's Pilgrimage. More mana ramp, basically. And that does it for the sorceries. Now I'll start my creatures with the biggest guys as your big boss monsters of the decks. 3 Ulamog. He's going to be your big beater, your go-to. I want to get this guy out as soon as I can. He's really good. He cripples your opponent as soon as he successfully gets on the field. And when he starts attacking, then it's basically GG from there. 1 Kozilek, just because it's nice to be able to mix things up when you don't want to go into Ulamog. Now, for your littler guys that you just summon to hurt your opponent while you're trying to mana ramp and get your other stuff out. Conduit, he'll get you your bigger guys if need be, and he'll also start pushing on your opponent. Thought-Knot Seer, just really good in general because it's always good to take stuff from your opponent. Reality Smasher just makes it really hard to get over, and he's really just a pain to deal with in general. 2 of each except for Conduit, who's only really used as a 1-up, because you only ever really use him to search. If you want to be aggressive towards your opponent, you usually want to go for one of these guys. And then for your mana ramp creatures, unfortunately there's only one that's really good right now since the other rotated out. Leaf Gilder, 4 of him. He just counts as another green mana, and that's always good to help ramp into your other creatures. That's it. And then for the one creature you will use, well, not creature, planeswalker, you will ever use the mountains for, Chandra. Since Ugin rotated out, she's the go-to. She does essentially the same thing, and she costs less. You just have to run different lands for her, and she's not a colorless, so sometimes you don't get your searches off of certain lands you have. But I'm only playing 1 because I only have 1. I'd recommend playing 2, probably put in instead of a Hadrian or one of the mana ramp spells. And that's it.
Alright. Thanks, Wyatt.